Hi there, everyone. Jim here with Fantasy for the Ages, the father and son show where my son and I get together and talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. This is one of our Just Jim episodes, as I'm here to talk to you today about the Infected series by Joseph Zombie Zuko. This is a book blast, so that means spoiler light. I'm not going to ruin this story for you. I want to tell you about why you might like it. I want to react to it here, but you don't have to have read it yet. This is a safe episode for anyone to watch. If you enjoy this, be sure to like it down below, subscribe if you haven't yet, and give us comments down below. Also, down in the show notes, you can find all the other ways to get in touch with Zach and I. So, the Infected series. Okay, I've read a lot of zombie apocalypse literature. This has many of the classic characteristics. The world goes to crap because a virus has come out and is turning people into zombies. It has many of the common tropes, and yet it has some uniqueness to it, some special qualities that led me to really enjoy this. First off, let's get something straight. The Infected has 8 books in the series, but it is not really 8 books. This is one big book. From the beginning of the series to the end, you're really getting one story. Now, there's one caveat to that. The first book is the story of Jim's first day. Jim is your main protagonist of the male variety, and still is kind of the primary protagonist of the whole story. The second book is Karen's first day, and it's the same day, but Karen is Jim's wife. And they're going to end up united eventually, and that's certainly a driving force at the beginning is they're in 2 separate places when it strikes out, and then they're trying to connect with each other and their adventures. But it's really one story. Each book is about 200 pages, so really 8 books long, 200 each. It's a long story when you look at it that way, but never, never, ever does this feel long. This is an adrenaline pumping, supercharged, energetic, fast paced tale. I loved it, and I would recommend it to anyone. It doesn't get too deep into the details. It's just action, action, action as we're trying to survive a zombie apocalypse breaking out in Portland, Oregon, and then suburban Portland, north of the city on the Washington side of the river, which is where I live. So I literally knew the places they're identifying. They drove right past my house at one point. It's so much fun for me because I live in this area. But so does the author. And he wrote what he knew. He was able to rely on the locales from just his, what he's comfortable with. And that gives a touch of realism to this. Now, that's another key thing I'll throw in about the Infected series. It has a realistic leaning to it. There's no one on the good guy's side that's superhuman. I mean, they take a beating in this series. They do not come through unscathed. In fact, many do not come through. I appreciated Zuko's style of writing here. Without getting too deep into the gore, he makes it clear it would suck to be around in the midst of a zombie apocalypse. And you're going to need some things to fall your way for you to make it. Many people just are not gonna. Not because they weren't good enough, not because they didn't try hard, just literally the odds were against you. And sucks to be you. The zombies are here, and things didn't go perfect, and now you're dead. I also love how he plays that through all the way to the end of this series so that even the ending feels right, is realistic, was satisfying for me. I think any fan of zombie apocalypse literature will find something to enjoy in the Infected series, so I do recommend it. If you haven't ever done zombie apocalypse literature, this would not be a bad one to try for your first fling into this subgenre. That's all I got. The Infected, Joseph Zombie Zuko. Check it out. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.